Hello, magnificent, phenomenal, radiant you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thank you and appreciate your gift of time, of energy, of space to be here, and so I say thank you. Well, we're going to talk about healing today. And everyone can all raise our hands, our feet, and say, yes, we have all experienced some level of hurt, of pain, of wounding, whether that was through a relationship, a betrayal, a rejection, a disappointment, a loss, a ripping away of something, of being rejected, ignored. We could go on and on. But we all know what it feels like. And all of us most likely will say, get it away from me. I don't want it anywhere near me. I don't like that feeling because it does hurt. It is painful. And I know for myself that when that ouch experience comes, and I do say ouch and a whole lot more, I know that I'm also given a choice. And it's like I have this choice to be able to, really be able to feel into the heartache and to recognize and acknowledge and really feel whatever that is for me in that moment or that experience. And as I'm feeling it and experiencing it and the emotion of it, energy is moving through me, then I have ultimately an opportunity to choose. And I can choose to lean into that, so to speak, that word lean in. I can choose to go into and discover what is there for me to be able to take with me moving forward, or I can decide that nothing is to be gained from it. And I want to be as far removed from it as possible. And not only that, but I'm going to layer on some concrete over this heart of mine to protect myself. And I'm going to respond with that I will never put myself in that situation again. I will never let that happen again. I will never fill in the blank. And so that place of choice is really critical. And I want you to think about, how have you responded to pain in your life? Do you have a thin layer of concrete over your heart? Do you perhaps have, blocks of concrete over your heart? Or have you chosen to say okay to it and take from it anything you can to let more of who you really are shine through? Whew, that sounds crazy. Someone reminded me recently of a quote on my own website, and it was kind of cool to be reminded of it because when I heard it again, I thought wow, it means something even newer to me than it did when I first wrote it. And the quote is, "What didn't kill me didn't make me stronger. It broke me wide open so that I could see, release, and be love, compassion, and light." And if you've been watching any of my videos, and maybe it's the first time, and maybe it's new for you, but I believe we all are love, compassion, and light. I believe that's who we really are. And I'm certainly not condoning abusive situations, but I am saying that when I can recognize when I've been abused and I made the choice, and it was not easy, but once I did, there was a grace and ease and a flow to it. When I decided I don't want to become bitter, I'm going to remain tender and open because I want to live this life as love, with love, for love. And that means feeling everything and feeling the painful parts, the parts I want to run from, the parts that scare me. You know, even as a parent, I'll say, yes, the mama bear whole theory has been true in my experience. And I notice when it tries to rise up and wants to protect. And when I do that and I come back to my breath and slow it down, I know that's all fear. That out of my fear I'm trying to protect, which really doesn't work. And instead, it's better for me to breathe and really listen from the depths of who I am and offer wisdom from that place. And it's hard to watch someone else that we love go through pain. But I am here to say that I believe every experience has something in it that we can take and transform to be more of who we are. It's like the alchemy, that there's this metal in us, and that somehow, by just my intending and opening myself up to the very thing that hurts me, that there's a transformation and somehow more gold can come through. And I say that to my sons, you know, those experiences that I know they want to layer on their own concrete, and I have to admit I'm tempted to want to throw some on myself to, you know, harden them and protect them, but I tell them, and we slow it down and remember the best part of who we are, the best part of who you are is your gold. And let that not be tarnished by anything. Let whatever has come, whatever trial, whatever intense situation, let it make your gold shine through even more. Let it make us more compassionate and have more empathy for those around us. Because we can't live our lives protecting ourselves from every scenario. Now, I'm certainly not saying, you know, ride around in a car without your seatbelt on. I do advocate wearing your seatbelt. But I am saying that we know there's so much that we cannot predict. And that if I begin to ground and trust in knowing who I am, that it's who I am that will carry me through. It's who you are that will bring you through whatever it is that has brought that pain and wounding. So I want you to ask yourselves, do you want to layer on more concrete? Do you want to maybe open up and break through that concrete? And do you want ultimately to let more of who you are come through? And I hope that you do let that come through, because this world needs it. You know, I was sharing with my brother the other day how Colorado, the weather changes so much here that we had snow earlier this week, and the same day the skies changed, and I'll let you even see right now, like they turned out to look, you know, really blue, kind of, can you see? Like blue sky, kind of like out as it is right now. I don't know if you can see that or not. All in the course of one day. Like this snow, this clouds, this cold, and then like, whoo, sun came out. And those are the seasons that we go through in our own life. And I can't fast forward one, I can't pause one, I can't rewind. I simply am present and I experience it. And as I'm open, I take what is for me and I let more of who I am come through. And ultimately, I can say a thank you, even though that thank you does not mean I want more of it. It means thank you for letting me see what was there for me to see. So I thank you now for your time spending with me today. And I ask that you continue to be who you really are, to be your love, compassion, light, to be the phenomenal, magnificent, radiant being that you are. Thank you, and have a radiant rest of your day.